comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. By idiots, for idiots. Welcome, sinners. This is Sports Idiot Nation.
Welcome into Sports Idiot Nation. Today is Thursday, so it is another dose of your Sports Idiot Nation. Find us wherever you get your social media. New episodes come to you every Monday and Thursday. And a reminder, Season 2 rapidly approaching. We have huge announcement coming for Season 2. Another huge announcement. Very cool to have
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer will be on the show. MC Hammer will be on the show tomorrow.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. No, instead, he couldn't make it. And so T.I.'s like, I got a guy. So I got a guy, Tyler. and what's cool is,
hey, speaking of
T.I.
Hammer
was
time,
on,
Tyler time, Hammer time, same thing.
Right.
T.I. was on Tyler's show. So T.I., why don't you give more of a warm welcome than I ever could and explain
Absolutely,
who
for
this
sure.
guy is.
Man, this is my man Tyler Walls here. So anybody who follows the Titans City Nation probably seen me share, post, or have been on Hanging Out in the Holler, the first original unscripted podcast from Lynchburg, Tennessee. As you all know, I am a lifelong Tennessee resident, born and raised in the 615. I have been down to Lynchburg many times before I met these fellas. So I am a firm fan of Mr. Jack Daniels. Some of you know that I managed a wine and spirit store for almost 15 years. So Jack Daniels has helped me pay my bills for many years. So when Tyler and his crew reached out to me about, 2.5 years ago, maybe, hey, why don't you come down?
I think it was last January. I think it was last year. Yeah. About a year and a half.
Probably so.
Yeah.
About coming down. The first thing I asked wasn't like, oh yeah, well, how do I log on? My first ask was, well, do I get to drive down to Lynchburg?
Yep.
So naturally we formed a bond there, no pun intended, with the liquor industry. The bond there, if you know bourbon and know whiskey, then bond is a nice little tongue-in-cheek pun there. But anyway, long story short, we formed a good friendship. We are Titans fans. We share the same misery. But they have their own cool thing going as well. They are a lot like us, Adam. Non sequitur. They really cover everything, cover all avenues. Where we cover sports, comedy, pop culture, everything in between. They cover sports, comedy, pop culture, politics, music, movies, you name it, everything in between. So we share a lot in common. So it's really excited to have him on here. And coolest thing all is, I don't know if it was the first time I was on or the second time. I think it was the first time, but I made the first announcement that we would be forming our own podcast, Sports Idiot Nation, podcast that we're on right now. For you viewers at home that are watching this and didn't know the name of the podcast, it is called Sports Idiot Nation, and here we are. And
Breaking news.
So Tyler, I appreciate you joining us, man. It's come full circle.
Oh yeah, super happy to be here.
Yeah, man, dude. Appreciate the support over the years, and appreciate you taking some time to sit down with us and talk about hanging out in the holler and just talk about what life is like down there in Lynchburg town.
Good old Lynchburg. Well, before I start, I'm gonna go ahead and put my hat on.
There it is.
Oh.
There it is.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Look at there.
That is a sexy hat. I hope.
I forgot where I got it. But
hope YouTube doesn't flag me for that.
That's a cute
word.
mountain hat.
That is a sexy hat.
There we go.
Sexy hat. You know.
But yeah. So great. Happy to be on here.
I got a question, because every good podcast has with a group like this, a bunch of knuckleheads, bunch of idiots, right? Just buddies. Everyone has a good origin story. So I'm curious what yours is, because it's with a couple other buddies. Why don't you explain who those guys are and how you guys actually got started?
And hold on,
Okay.
Tyler. Before you go, you can gladly turn that hat back around.
Oh, okay.
I just meant what I meant was since I said that hat was sexy, I just hope YouTube didn't flag me for that profanity I just used.
Yeah.
You know,
so we forget.
But that logo is so beautiful. I want everyone to see it. So
before I start, so I've got the magnets. I'll tell you a funny little story. So once you gave me those magnets last time you were on, I went straight to my mother-in-law's house because her husband's a huge Miami Dolphins fan. And he runs this business called Frybernew. The first thing I done was I stuck one of those Titans Idiot Nation magnets on the side of his van, and it's still there to this day. So what's that been like
Love
a
it.
month or so ago now? So
Love it. Love it. I love it, man. Dolphins fans probably share a lot of the same qualities that Titans fans share.
Man.
Every year's their year.
Misery, embarrassment, self-doubt, patheticness, anything else that just makes you feel bad about yourself.
Go down the
probably
line.
share that in common. But I appreciate you doing the Lord's work out there in Lynchburg. Appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, no problem. But going back to how we got started. So, buddy Benji, he actually created the podcast at first. It was called The Big Ben Show. And I was a guest on it for probably about 15 episodes in. Him and my wife knew each other from school. He went to school with her. He worked with her at Miss Mary Bobo's. They actually taught together for a year down in Shelbyville because they're both teachers. Then he just reached out to us one day during COVID and was like, "Hey, man, you want to be on my podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" At that time, it wasn't live. It was just it was at his little tiny cabin. We recorded a show. I think it was about 3 hours long. He had a co-host at the time, and then that co-host, if I'm correct, owned a farm and couldn't spend most of his time, helping him with the podcast. So he left, and then Benji just kind of reached out one day and was like, "Hey, man, do you want to help co-host this podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I started helping him. We were doing shows once a week, like we are now at his tiny cabin down in Lynchburg. After a few episodes, we realized we needed another guest, or not a guest, but another host with us, just in case one of us need to be out. Somebody can kind of run the boards.
For sure.
That's when we picked up this guy named Garrett. Garrett was with us for about a year, and then we actually picked up a third kind of co-host, Lee Huffer, who's part of the Huffer Brothers band. You see him playing in Nashville a lot.
I do. I see that name a lot. That's cool.
Yeah. So Lee was actually one of our original. We've actually got a picture I'll have to show you of us. How we didn't get copyrighted and sued by Jack Daniels, I don't know. It was all of us. We took a picture of like an old school Jack Daniels photo and like photoshopped ourselves into it. From like the 1800s or whatever, but yeah. So Garrett ended up getting like a full-time job.
Was that before or after Jack Daniels kicked the safe and ended up ultimately killing himself?
It's way before.
Yeah.
But I'll find the picture and I'll text it to you. But so Garrett had to quit. He got a full-time job at Jack Daniels, so Wednesdays he had to work. And then Lee left because of the band stuff, because they're real big.
Absolutely.
And then Bobo came along. So Benji got a hold of Bobo. I'd never met Bobo.
Bobo's the real small tiny guy I met, right?
Yeah. He's a sissy. Anybody can take him in a fight. But
he could give Stone Cold a run for his money, I think.
Yeah, he's he's a trying to think of the word. He's a well-endowed individual. Check
out our OnlyFans later.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So he joined, and then we just kind of kicked it off. And I think now we've been going strong with us three for about 3 years now. I think it's around 2022 when Bobo picked up, and then I picked up. Of course, I picked up during COVID around in 2020. So it's been a wild ride. We've had a crazy amount of guests. Like I said, we were the Big Ben show up until about 2022-ish. And then we were actually going to get the rights for the name. And I was actually going to do that for Benji's birthday. I was going to get the rights and then give it to him for his birthday. Well, I went to go do it. We had to change our name because there's actually already a Big Ben show that was copyrighted. It's some like clown in Canada or something like that. The Canadians are always messing things up. I don't know. So
Terrence and Phillip looking dudes.
Yeah.
So we changed it, and then Benji started a river rafting business called Lucky Duck. So we changed it to the Lucky Duck, and we kept that for about a year or so, and then Benji sold that business to go back to teaching. But he didn't want to keep the name. We had a pretty cool name and logo. I did. We were talking about. I was like, yeah, let's change it for the third time. Third time's a charm. And Bobo just came up with hanging out in the holler, and we're like, you know what? We're in the holler. We're in Lynchburg. We'll take it.
That's perfect.
No,
yeah.
I know what really happened. Bobo was like, "Hey, I want to call this podcast," and since he was bigger than all you guys,
Yeah.
you guys were just like, "All right, cool, it's fine, Bobo.
Whatever
we'll
you
run
want.
with it. Whatever you want, Bobo."
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I played Double Dragon. I mean, most of the villains are Bobos, so
yeah,
yeah, we know that. But no, it's I love you guys kind of concept. It's just like, hey man, we're gonna have a guest on. We're just gonna ask whatever we want, and wherever it goes, it goes. And I think that's what the world needs more of, is unscripted reality of just dudes being dudes.
Oh yeah,
and I mean, I say dudes being dudes. You have I've seen you have numerous female guests as well, but I just mean in general, man. People being people shooting the shit instead of just worrying about selling their product or selling their brand or selling their image. It's just like people being people.
Yeah.
Hanging out for 2 hours,
Yeah, so. Or 3. It just depends on. I think the last time you were down, well, how long were we down there for? About 2.5 hours.
I think so, man. And whenever I'm down there, we shoot for at least 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, why not, man?
Yeah, you're already down there, and of course we we kind of lose track of time too. So, well, we know when time's up when Bobo's kicking us because he's got to be at work at like 4 a.m. He's like, "Hey guys, it's time to go. Time to go."
Yeah, he's in the barrel house of Jack.
Yeah,
he's got work to do. He's got work to do. He's like, man, I got to make people happy for the next 20 years of their life. But so with that being said, though, I mean, you guys have had a plethora of guests. I know you've had some awesome guests. I know you probably have some favorites. Probably have some stories. I know you all have one of my favorite individuals of all time, Mr. Glenn Jacobs. A lot of people would probably know him as Kane, the Undertaker's brother. Of course, he ran for mayor of Knox County. So, I know you guys have hit him on recently. You've had Walker Hayes. So why don't you just run through like some of your favorite guests, or maybe some of your more memorable guests, or just let folks know, like, hey, these are some of the folks we've come in contact with over the years.
Yeah, going back, I think one of my favorite guests would probably be Kane, just because I didn't think I could make it happen.
Sure.
So when because I'm in charge of kind of like getting the guests on our show and contacting them. So just happened to be one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to get Kane, Glenn Jacobs, whatever you know him as. I'm gonna see if he'll come down. So we're sitting there. I sent him an email, and I didn't expect to get anything back because most emails I'll leave my phone number in there and said you can email, message, text, whatever. So the next day, I'd sent that. I think the night before. Well, the next day, me being a police officer, before I went to the school, I was actually in court looking to testify on a trial. And I just looked down at my phone, and I'm like, oh, man, I don't know anybody from Knoxville. Because I was like, yeah, screw it. So I just, hit the reject button. Well, then a voicemail popped up, and I'm like, oh, it's a scam, And I listened to it.
Can't reject Kane. Bad things will happen.
So I'm in this room with all these other police officers, waiting to go out. And so I listened to it, and all of a sudden I hear like, hey, it's so-and-so. I'm Glenn Jacobs, manager, whatever he is, assistant up there. He's like, and he would really love to be on your show. And I'm like, hold the phone. So I turn up, I look at the DA, and I'm like, I'll be back. I've got to make a very important phone call. And I actually leave the courtroom, and I go outside and I call him. And I'm like, hey, this is Tyler from at that time it was the Big Ben show. He's like, yeah. He's like, I got Mayor Jacobs right here, and he's talking to him. He's like, yeah, man. He goes, I would love to be on the show. He's like, just tell me when and where. So we set up a time, and he was actually going to come down, but some things happened, So he actually they messaged us and was like, hey, he's not able to come down, but he can do it, via Skype or whatever. And so we're like, oh, sweet. And of course, when he called us, he was like, I've only got 30 minutes because of whatever was going on. We're like, no, we totally understand. But no, super down to earth guy.
Demons of hell, Hellspawn demons don't have a lot of time on their hands. So I mean, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. He actually gave us a shout out. That's awesome.
It was it was like his birthday, like the week before he was on the show, and I just happened to be like, oh, it's his birthday. I sent him a happy birthday from the page. I'm like, he's never going to reply, but he made a video and was like, yeah, I was like, I give a shout out to blah blah blah. He's like, in the Big Ben show down in Lynchburg, and we're like, what? So that's awesome. That's probably my favorite guest. I showed up late to that one, so So if you go back and watch it, you see we recorded that one. It wasn't live. So we they tell me, they're like, yeah, we're going to be at Barrel House. I'm like, awesome, sweet. Of course, I'm having to work, so I had to leave an hour early, and of course, all hell breaks loose in the town I work in. So I finally get home, changed. I rush down to Lynchburg. I walk in, and there's nobody there at Barrel House. And this is right at 6 o'clock because we had to jump it up an hour. And I'm like, I was like, where's Benji at? And they're like, I don't know, we ain't seen him. So I call him. He's like, dude, we're on right now with the mayor. We're waiting on you. I'm like, where are you at? He's like, we're at the tiny cabin. So I had to leave, and he lives about 10 minutes away. So I'm just shagging through downtown Lynchburg to get there. And I walk in, and about 5 minutes into it, them talking to him.
Man.
So
hey, at least you made it happen.
But yeah, no, he was super cool. Buddy Jewel, he's become a real big friend of ours. You know who he is, right?
Yeah, buddy, absolutely, Buddy Jewel, legend.
So Buddy Jewel he's become a real good friend of ours. We message him from time to time. He's been on twice. You know, he's hung out with us at local barbecue festivals. Like he's went and drank bourbon with Bobo down at the High on the Hog in Winchester. But yeah, he's a super cool, down to earth guy. Him, of course, Walker Hayes. We had him last week. He was very, very cool, and just to listen to his story. I don't know if you got to check out that episode yet.
Yeah.
But listening to his story of like sobriety and stuff like that, it was pretty touching.
I mean, I'll be honest. I went down a rabbit hole of his music just from him being on the episode, and just kind of realized like how diverse he is as a musician. And like it's like people are like, oh, I don't know him because I don't know country music. And it's like, well, it's hard to even say the guy's country music. I mean, he's not really. He's kind of everything. But that's super cool. And I know you have also had one of my friends and constituents for many years of my past in the hip hop world is Mr. Big Smo.
We've had Big Smo. We've had him twice.
Yeah. Big Smo's cool dude. His whole new endeavor is cool too. Like,
yeah, he's
losing all that weight and got his food truck and all that, man.
Yeah. I always said that food truck would do better in Murfreesboro up there with the college kids, I believe.
Oh, hell yeah, it would.
We've been beating MTSU.
As a fellow MTSU graduate, hell yes, they would do good there. On the square, are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
If you've never been to Murfreesboro, I mean, you probably have. Yeah. I mean, Murfreesboro is a college town, dude. It's like it's like a tiny version of Knoxville.
Oh, yeah. And it's getting bigger. We've had another country guy. His name is Lee. His last name's killing me right now. He's been on a few times.
Like Prince, just Lee.
Yeah, just no. I don't know why I can't think of his last name, but he's played at like the Lynchburg Music Festival and stuff like that.
You guys have been turning them out, man. I know.
Yeah, we've had Melissa Cookston. That's probably Bobo's favorite. She's a barbecue legend. I didn't really know her, so I don't think Bobo let me or Benji get a word out during that whole interview. But yeah, it's been interesting. Like I've got to talk to some cool people. Oliver Anthony, we haven't had him on as a guest, but I've got to talk to his people. They were very nice. Of course, they were like, no, he can't come on because he's got this right here, blah, blah, blah. But they weren't like a lot of people when you talk to them, they kind of like no and hang up on you. They were actually they talked for a minute. So I've talked to Whiskey Myers people.
Oh, cool.
Every time I've talked to them, they're always like, no, they're on tour. They're always on tour when I need them the most. So
well,
I tried one day. I was like, I messaged them. And I was like, hey, I see y'all are in Huntsville. You're an hour away from us. Your show's on a Thursday. Y'all gonna be here Wednesday, like. But yeah, ultimately they're like, no, we won't get in until that Thursday. But no, we've had fun. I've been recognized, sitting at Sonic for some people who listen.
Hey, there you go. That's all you need. That's what you need right there.
Now, just this week, we started earning money on Facebook. I think we're up to like $2. So, hey, we'll have a 6-pack here in 6 more months.
Well, there you go. World's changing, man.
That's right.
Well, what a time to be alive.
Yes.
So I want to ask you. We have another guest.
Yeah, my son's decided to pop his head in here.
Yeah, man.
You want to say something? You want to say hi? Hey.
What's up, brother?
Is this the soccer star?
a soccer star right here, a future YouTube star right here. He's
I'm surprised my 2-year-old son hasn't come down the stairs yet. Because when I got home while ago, I didn't go upstairs, let him know I was here. So he may be up there asleep. But
I'll be honest, I'm surprised I don't have a son somewhere.
Somewhere. You just don't know. But Tyler, man, I think it's awesome, man. All the guests you've had and everything, you know. So keep it up, man. Keep it going.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Reminder to follow us on Sports Idiot Nation wherever you get your social media. I got a couple questions I want to ask you, Tyler, but let us know where we can find you real quick as well.
Sure.
Yeah. So we got kicked off Instagram, and I don't think we ever really made it back. that was Benji's doing. I don't know what he done.
That's all right.
But we got kicked off. Facebook, Hanging Out in the Holler. Look for we got T-shirts now, so just look for this logo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you guys some T-shirts up there. Huge shout out to the guys in Winchester. The guy came with Walker Hayes last week, made us all T-shirts. So we're moving on
awesome.
up. But
I was gonna say I know one of the reason you might have got kicked off Instagram is because you guys riled up the Nebraska Cornhuskers fan base.
Yeah, I got to hear about this now.
And angered them. And when I say angered them, you didn't just anger a couple of them. Like you awoken the demon of the Nebraska Cornhuskers fan base.
Yeah, I don't know if that guy was having a bad day or what. So what was last year? I'm trying to think. It was a video on their like scoreboard or whatever of.
It was Touchdown Willie.
Yeah,
it was Busting with the Boys. Is when he went back to.
Yeah, he went back and he was like, "The time is now." You know, fourth down, and I think they're getting blown out anyway, like always. And I just happened to comment on there like, not even Nebraska fans know who Will Compton is or something like that. And it just enraged him because he, I guess, is their god. I don't know.
He is. He is their Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys did it. You guys.
How bad Nebraska is. That's how bad.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like there were like 5 or 10, 25 people. It was like hundreds and hundreds, and then it was like thousands of people that were just like, "Look, you guys are just." Wannabe podcaster. I mean, you name it, it was there. And I was like, oh, man.
There was a few that laughed about it. But we had this one guy in particular. He messaged us and was like, blah, blah, blah. He goes, you're just a bunch of wannabe. I don't know. I had to go back on my phone and he was like, yeah, you don't know what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And I think I kindly messaged back. I was like, says the guy who's got like a raper mustache. Something crazy I said. It's like, says the guy got like a 10-year-old mustache or something. And I guess that set him off. So then he had messaged back and was like, why don't you just go kill yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa, come on, man. And then he made it to where I couldn't message him anymore. So we're like, what? So what do? I'm like, I'll screenshot it. And I put it out there for people to see. And everybody started attacking this guy. And we actually had a lady, I guess, from Nebraska who might have known the guy, sent us a private message with his phone number and address. Yeah.
Okay.
We thought about calling it.
What is it?
Yeah. It got wild.
Just tell it right here.
Wild.
Just say it right here.
We thought about actually calling him on live, but we're like, we're not going to do it. But then PI came in on the rescue there and helped us out.
Yeah, I did. I kind of after I saw what was going on, I may be mistaken, but wasn't it about this time last year? It wasn't around like July 4th. Like I thought it was. Okay,
this was during their season. Yeah, because it was maybe September-ish. Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah,
and I was kind of like, and I kind of chimed in, and then I saw, the guy that was kind of sending the messages or whatever, and I was like, whoa, man! And I took a screenshot of it, and it was like, it wasn't like, hey, you guys are very mean. I don't like you. It was just like, whoa, it was like everything under the sun, including like asking if you're like flame retardant, if you get my drift. And so I was just like, oh, this is wild, So I took a screenshot, and then I happened to kind of just like we all do because it's 2025 and we're just internet sleuths. We all think we're private dicks on the internet. And I start looking at dude's page, and, like his whole entire family, his wife, like all his friends are just like, we're so proud of your sobriety and so proud of you making good choices and being such a good person. You're such a good role model. And I'm just like, So I just kind of like nonchalantly posted that screenshot. I don't know if there was a reply to all of those because he had his profile set to public. I was like, I don't know if he's changed, And needless to say that steamrolled into a whole nother thing. And
Yeah.
I actually ended up getting banned on Facebook for like 24 hours because they said I was saying that. And I was like, no, I'm sharing the screenshot of the
this
person
guy-
saying that.
Yeah.
And it got wild, man. But yeah, you guys like stirred up the whole Cornhuskers fan base.
I'm telling you, it was crazy.
I
think we gained about 1,000 new followers.
Oh, you had to have. You had to have. Controversy is king. I don't care what anybody says.
Earlier today, I was sitting my daughter's gymnastics. I was outside like a loser, and I was thumbing through TikTok, and I was on because we've got a TikTok page too. We don't do very well on it, but we've got one. But I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I come across it's like Redneck Brawls in Johnson City. Have you seen those? It's hosted by like Catfish Cooley and all that. Have you seen those?
God, no, I have not. But
so you have to get on there. So I got on there, and there was this one girl, and I'm like, of course, I comment on it. I'm like, Xanax isn't prize money or something like that. And then I'm like, one of them was these two dudes talking, like one's a baby daddy and one's the ex-husband. I don't know. And I'm like, 2 11th grade dropouts and no GEDs later or something like that. So I'm waiting on it to catch fire. I like to poke the bear sometimes.
Yeah, dude.
So,
gotta leave it, man.
Yeah,
gotta leave it. Gotta leave that. Gotta plant that bomb. Walk away. Spy versus spy.
That's right.
So I'm curious. Before we get you out of here, is there anyone that you have on the docket that you're either excited about or who you're trying to reach out to that we can kind of be excited about?
It just kind of come and goes. We do a golf thing with my buddy Matt in Murfreesboro. He's the golf pro at Indian Hills, so he'll come back on. Probably our best and our funniest to date are my buddy Donnie. Have y'all checked out Donnie and Terry yet?
He's a Alabama fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Donnie.
Alabama fans are just inadvertently funny. Just because,
he's a great dude.
Without trying.
For some reason, Donnie thinks I graduated Moore County, which I didn't. Thinks I graduated Moore County and still asked me about playing football there, and I was like, I didn't.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
Just go with it next time. Yeah, I played right tackle.
Yeah. I was center. But now, we've messaged a few. I'm hoping to hear back from Larry Fleet. So I sent them a message. Like I said, Walker Hayes. We're hoping to get him back on here soon.
Sure.
Of course,
is
like
T.I. never invited back?
Yeah,
T.I. never.
We'll get T.I. back. He'll, we got to have the second round for the year right when the season starts. So
that's right. I like that. I like that T-shirt that Walker was wearing on your you guys' last appearance.
He joined the Idiot Nation, so
he did. I'm proud of him. Tell him checks in the mail.
That's right. 38 cents is that what we're sending?
$2.
Yeah, we didn't discuss that. I was thinking more. I was thinking under the 20-cent mark. But,
gotta make money,
man. Yeah, whatever.
But
whatever helps pay Walker Hayes' bills. I know the Applebee's saw money's not helping him out at all.
Yeah, so he, like I said, he's a cool guy. I see him around town a bunch, and so he lets you know he works out the Planet Fitness. So my daughter, she's a huge fan, and
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
oh, that's awesome.
I definitely will be coming down there. Of course, love coming down there. Next time I come, I will remember that it is technically a dry county, and I cannot get margaritas at the Mexican restaurant.
Yes, that's right. Because the Barrel House closes at 6. So
I walked in, and I was like, the people looked at me like I was insane. I was like, do you guys not have a bar? What's going on? Can I get a margaritas? And they looked at me like, no, we don't do those.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot where I'm at.
But
I came prepared.
But
you came drunk.
Yeah.
Like, I drove 2 hours drunk.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you. I drove 2 hours drunk.
So tell you a funny story when we first started going live, because it was kind of my idea. I don't want to take all the credit, but I was talking to Benji one day. I was like, why don't we just do live on Facebook, So we stopped doing it at the tiny cabin, and our first live episode was actually at the gas station that you pass when you come into town, the Jiffy Mart, because we were the owner, the guys, real cool Indian guys. We've partied with them,
Dude, the Indian dudes who run the gas station are the best, dude.
So we set up a table, and we're just like kind of interviewing people that may walk in, mostly the workers there. And I just remember watching the camera and looking up and seeing a guy in the background doing this, doing sexual acts with himself, face to the camera, sticking his tongue out. And I looked at Benji. I was like, I don't think we can do it here anymore.
That's a great first episode, by the way. It's a great first episode.
Or can you?
Yeah. So then we reached out to Chuck.
People really liked our first episode, guys. Yeah. We got a lot of hits on it.
We reached out to Chuck out at Barrel House. He was like, yeah, come in, whatever you want. Like, we got the keys. Like, he's closed on Wednesdays during the wintertime, and we'll show up, we'll hang out in there. He don't care. Yeah.
So
shout out to Chuck.
Speaking of Barrel House, we're going to have to get Adam down, and Adam and I are going to have a grilled cheese on crack at Barrel House, because I still haven't had one.
Have to get y'all down here the next time you come or whatever. I'll take off work. We'll go down there and eat. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm in for that.
Yeah, it's have you seen the grilled cheese on crack?
I've seen pictures. It looks ridiculous.
And I haven't. I have what medically is called fat. So I am in for whatever is being offered, and I will eat all of it.
So it is so it's just Texas toast, a couple slices of cheese, barbecue, more cheese,
ding,
toast.
Ding, ding.
Yeah.
Like
you had me.
All of them.
You had me at all of them.
Had you at Texas toast?
I'm in for the whole trilogy.
Yeah. But
you had me right when you opened your lips and like breath came out.
Yeah, no, it's but you gotta get down there because they have a cult following down there, and there'll be people lined up back up toward the restaurant.
It was on the Food Network or something,
Pitmasters,
right?
barbecue Pitmasters.
Yeah,
about 10 years ago now.
Yeah, I knew it was like a big deal, like made like national news and stuff. So it's a huge deal.
And he's actually
we make national news.
We
make national news here. We're doing it right now.
Every day we do. Every day we do for being the best. For being the best idiots in the world.
Have I told you, Ti, the time the guy tried to come in and make the sandwich while they were closed?
You did, because we talked about the story I heard about the guy who broke into Five Guys after hours and made himself a burger and left. He didn't steal any money. He didn't steal any money. He didn't steal any food. He just made himself a burger and left. I was like,
left cash $9. He left.
I was like, not all heroes wear capes. Some have stolen spatulas. But
that is awesome.
So what? Remind me again what happened.
So I can't remember if it was after you had came last year the second time, but we had our buddy Jeremy Noble, who's a country singer from Alabama. He was on.
Yeah, I see. I try to follow his little tour thing a little bit.
Yeah. So we were. We had just sat down, got everything hooked up, and we were kind of like talking before the show, like we always do because we can never get the show, perfect going live. So we're sitting there, and this vehicle pulls up, and I was like, somebody, thinking the restaurant's open. And Benji's like, it's good, man. We got the door locked. But guess what Benji didn't do? Lock the door. So this dude comes in, and he's like a legit crackhead looking fella. And he walks in, and he goes, hey, what are y'all doing? And we're like, we're about to shoot a podcast. And he's like, what? And we're like, a podcast, bro. And he goes, okay. He goes, well, I'm just gonna go to the back and make a sandwich. And I go, they're closed, man. He goes, I know, it's all right. Chuck ain't gonna care. And I'm like, he may care because they've already cleaned, Actually, I think they were closed on Wednesdays, but they closed early because it was getting in the fall. And
the owner's not gonna care.
He said, I know they're closed. I know.
And like he physically comes in the door and he locks it and shuts it behind him. And I'm like, oh no, we're about to fight. We're about to fight this guy.
No, you can't go in
either
there.
That or y'all are about to eat the best sandwiches in your life.
So then he starts talking to us more, and we're like, we can't let you go back there just in good faith. Like if Chuck calls me now and says let him go back, I'll let you. But so he kind of gets agitated, looking, but then he goes, man, I love you boys, and he just walks out. He opens the door and walks out. And we never see him again. And I'm like, okay, that really happened. Well, then about 30 minutes goes on, and we're on the show, and Jeremy and I look at each other, and we're like, you know what? We could probably use the sandwich. We should just let him go back there and make the sandwich. He probably have made us one. But yeah, he come in and he was dead set on making the sandwich, and we're like, no.
I'd be dead set on eating that sandwich.
Yeah,
so, you guys messed up. You messed up.
We called 911 one time and had the police show up.
On the
we were trying to put it on our little stands for the phones to record. And Bobo accidentally hit the oh crap buttons on it, and they dialed 911. The lady called back, and she's like, where are you at? We're like, Barrel House Barbecue, and he didn't think nobody would show up, so he's like, my name is Jason Garland. We're like, okay. Well, then all of a sudden I was like, they're going to show up now. Sure
Looking
enough,
for a Jason Garland.
Yeah, here comes 2 patrol cars. The one guy who came in first, he was new. He actually works for the department I work at now. He walked in and was like, "What are you guys doing in here? This place is closed." And we're like, "We're doing a podcast." It's like he didn't believe us at first, and we're like, "You don't see all the equipment. We're not in here stealing anything." Well, then this old sergeant that's been in Moore County forever, Albert, came in. He goes, "You leave these boys the hell alone and get out of here." But yeah, no, we've had some good times.
Oh yeah,
man. So you're even passing it on. You're passing it on to the children. I'm going to get you out of here on the best story that I heard. So we'll get you out of here on this. Remember to follow Sports Idiot Nation wherever you get your social media, and follow Tyler and his mates at Hanging Around the Holler. So tell us this epic story, man. So
I get a phone call from my gym teacher because I'm a school resource officer now. And she was telling me, she was like, "Hey, so my son's learned how to spell and a new word. And I think he's in 2nd grade." And I'm like, first of all, that's cool. I don't know why you're calling me, but awesome, good for little Winston, happy for him. She goes, "Yeah, it's idiot." And then I started thinking, okay. She goes, "Yeah, he can spell it really well." And then she goes, "Guess where he learned how to spell it?" And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe his dad. I don't know you.
Yeah,
I heard the way you talk
from watching you.
Yeah, both of you.
Both of you. Goes, well, so at lunch at school, I'm in the cafeteria, and I'm usually on my laptop, and my laptop's got a Sports Idiot Nation sticker and a Titans Idiot Nation sticker, and I guess he stares at it every day, and he's learned how to spell. So I'm giving back to kids.
He's Googling.
He's perfect spelling.
Yeah, he's probably one of our followers. Spelling. What's his name? What's their kid's name? I'm gonna give him a shout out right now.
Little Winston. Little
Winston. Hey, Winston, if you're watching right now, man, look, I don't care what your friends or family tell you. You are a winner, and you're gonna go on to do big things, my man. You're gonna do on to big things. All right, don't listen to your mom. Listen to your dad. Listen to us.
Yeah, click the link. Click the link, pal.
Right. Buy a shirt. Buy a shirt that says "I'm an idiot. I can't."
Yeah.
I can't.
That is amazing. That is the best way ever that we've ever ended a show. I think.
Lil Winston. I think
that's pretty stellar, man.
I'm proud of you, Winston.
You gotta come back, Tyler, man, and hang out with us.
Oh yeah, anytime. Just
tell
let me
more
know.
stories like that. Make me a
I'm gonna leave this banner up on the living room wall here and see if my wife notices in the morning when she gets up.
Oh yeah, so she knows what's up.
That's right.
She knows what's up.
Yeah, I love it, man. A friend of mine did the same thing. One of my best friends from high school. He put the banner up over his mantle, like behind all his family photos.
So before we go, you know about me getting the big award from Kentucky, right?
I do. Yeah. Congratulations. Do you want to share with our followers?
Yeah.
What award you got?
I was nominated and accepted as a Kentucky Colonel. It's the highest civilian honor in the state of Kentucky. I don't know. I won't release the origins of how I got it. Just know that I'm in a select few group that's got this.
I was trying to hang it up.
I was trying to hang it up on our wall next to our TV, but she wouldn't let me. I think she's jealous.
Man.
I mean, that's okay.
It stinks of
There's
jealousy
more
over
fish
there.
in the sea. There's more fish in the sea, Tyler. There's more fish in the sea.
Yeah.
Don't tell him that. Don't break up a.
This be the one podcast you watch.
She doesn't watch.
Just kidding. Prank call.
I'll message her all the time and be like, "Hey, did you watch our show tonight?" She's like, "No."
My wife has never watched one of our shows, so don't believe me.
But this will be the one, though.
It ain't happening,
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
It's fine.
I could be like, "Congratulations, my wife! You just won $1 million."
Yeah.
She would never know I said it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. Whenever you want to come down, Adam, just holler at me.
Yeah, dude. Adam's an indie, but he's gonna come down to Nashville, man, and go see 311 with me. So.
No. Yeah. No. Just have to make a trip down here one time.
For sure.
We'll party it up
and hang for a Titans game.
We're good.
If we can afford it.
I'm gonna come hang for a Titans game when Niners.
You know what? Here's what you do, Tyler. You come down. We're gonna do a Titans Niners watch party at Low Bar. You come down. Adam's gonna come down. He's a Niners fan, so there you go.
Okay.
It all works out.
As long as you're not a Colts fan or a Jaguars fan, I'm good with you. So
no, man, he has dignity in class.
Yeah.
Come on, man, he has dignity in class,
and I get it.
Yeah,
way too much. I mean, have you met me? Yeah. I want that sandwich, but that's about it.
You're just excited about the sandwich,
all right, guys,
so
new episodes every. Here's the sandwiches, yeah. Again,
Yes.
thanks for hanging out. New episodes every Monday and Thursday. Big announcement coming for season 2. Make sure you hang with us. Season 2 is right around the corner. It is in less than a month. So stay tuned. Thanks again, Tyler, and we will see you
No problem.
Monday. Okay, all you sinners, follow Sports Idiot Nation on TikTok, X, and Instagram. Like us on Facebook, and remember, the most fun way to watch us is on YouTube every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you can be updated when new content drops. Remember, the podcast can also be found on the usual suspects of Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Always remember, don't be an idiot.
Sinner.